The Warren County Public Schools Sports Network brings you our first ever girls lacrosse match. Welcome to Greenwood High School. Scott Thompson, Mike Clef with you tonight. Rain forced our baseball game. South Warren and Warren East tonight has pushed that to Wednesday night, opened up tonight's lacrosse match that was scheduled for South Warren, but their field is underwater after the rain that we got yesterday and last night. They got to move it over here. Greenwood gracious enough to host things. It's South Warren home match, but we're playing here at Greenwood. Greenwood 2-7 on the lacrosse season. They are 1-2 in district play. Meanwhile, South Warren comes in 3-5, 2-0 in district play. Danielle Holdcroft is the coach for Greenwood. Diana Bartos at South Warren. South Warren has scored 46 goals this year. They've allowed 76. Meanwhile, Greenwood has scored 53 while allowing 102. These two teams played earlier here at Greenwood back on March the 5th, which Greenwood won 11-3. Both teams have improved since then. Both teams are riding two-game losing streaks coming into tonight's district match as they get into the last couple of games of the season before they head in to playoffs. The KHSAA is hoping to add this as a state championship sport. We'll get more schools across the state to get involved with lacrosse. And the goal, I would think, is somewhere around the 50 to 53 mark. And they get that many schools, then it will become a state-sponsored championship. Until then, we'll still play and we'll still have fun with this and look forward to our first broadcast. We'll come back, take a look at more into tonight's lacrosse game. It's South Warren hosting Greenwood at Greenwood as you're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
That familiar sound of rubber and wood floor. The feel of the ball passing between hands and air. The squeaking of the sneakers. And the moment of silent breath, thankfully followed by the whipping of net. And the reward after. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
number 0, Camila Archiga. Number 4, Natalia Archiga. 19, Aaliyah Bailey. Number 24, Emma Farrell. Number 10, Natalia Garcia. Number 1, Alexa Garcia. 35, Langley Hunt. Number 3, Sophia Kopensteiner. Number 12, Yaneli Montejo. Number 17, Loon P. Number 28, Ellie Ramsing. And number 23, Anna Yates. Now for your starting lineup for the South Warren Spartans. Number 43, Caroline Calvert. Number 1, Audrey Cook. 33, Ellie Falk. Number 31, Kayla Harmon. Number 14, Presley Helton. Number 18, Divine Irakiza. Number 7, Sume. Number 12, Riley Person. Number 37, Riley Reese. Number 3, Antonia San Cristo Charinard. Number 55, Livy Sanders. And number 13, Reese Schrader.
That's your starting lineups here tonight as we have lacrosse for you as it's Greenwood hosting, or we're playing at Greenwood, South Warren hosting Greenwood here tonight. South Warren's field was underwater and able to move that over here tonight. Senior night for South Warren will be tomorrow night as they take on Owensboro, and then Greenwood will take on Owensboro Saturday for their senior event. That will be on 10:30 Saturday morning, as I believe both teams have prom this Saturday night. As we get ready to go here tonight with you, as you heard our starting lineups. Very similar, you might say, to basketball in a way, lacrosse is. They have blocking, they have charging, they have free shots. Except playing with sticks and a ball instead of just playing with a ball like basketball. Every time you score, it's 1 point. They play 2 25-minute halves, about a 10-minute halftime. And look forward to having our first of many in the future lacrosse matches here on the Warren County Public School Sports Network. Thanks for joining us here at go.prepspin.com, wbko.com/prepspin, the Warren County schools.org website, and always on the PrepSpin Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channels there, as both teams are out around their respective coaches, and we'll be ready to get started here momentarily. Is Greenwood and Danielle Holdcroft, Deanna Bartos at South Warren. Still fairly young programs. They've been playing for several years, but as compared to a lot of schools across the state, it is growing. South Warren does have a boys soccer team. Lacrosse. We're getting it all mixed up there, right? Getting all of our sports all together in one, but this is lacrosse. Similar to soccer in a way, too. Yeah, there is a goal, but they can use their feet in lacrosse. They can kick the ball, but they cannot just cover it. All right, our officials are ready. I do have a little bit of a sun, and it will be going down. Shane Hollandy and Mike and I were talking before the game here tonight at Greenwood. We're going to see temperatures dropping down through the 40s tonight. We've got a brisk 8-10 mile an hour wind that is knocking that wind chill down. So we're glad to have you on this Monday night as we have lacrosse, as we're ready to go. There's sticks, or in some parts of the country they call them crosses. And here we go. And we are underway. And it is Greenwood with possession. We'll try to pick up everybody for you, as you will see that some can only go some far up the field because they play defense. Behind the net there. Greenwood is in the green, of course. South Warren in white. Ellie Ramsing leads Greenwood in scoring. She has 29 goals on the year. Loon P with 16. So out of their 53, there's 45 of their goals on the year. Hard to keep up with it at times. You can see the pass. Ramsing has it. You see South Warren defender. They do have certain areas from which they can attempt to score from. As it goes out, and it's South Warren now with it. Down the right side here for South Warren, that's Natalia. Excuse me, no, that is Presley Helton, 14. Now Audrey Cook leading the way with 17 goals for South Warren. Presley Helton has 6, and Sume has 6 goals, leading the way for South Warren. Keely Kaufman, the goalie for South Warren, has 102 saves on the year, including 2 shutouts. Greenwood's goalie is Camila Arachia. And there's the first goal for South Warren. South Warren now leads 1-0. They dropped the first match of the year to Greenwood. 11-3, and they're off to a 1-0 start. South Warren. We're just a couple of minutes in. South Warren scores the first goal at 22:46 here in the first half. They fight for it, coming away with it, South Warren. That's Ellie Ramsing. You'll see them circle behind the net, and they'll set up an offense in which they try to pass and score. Camila Archiga has 60 saves for Greenwood. That's Ramsing on the attack. Hard to follow the ball at times. As you'll see it, they'll carry it in the netting on their stick. And there's the score for Greenwood at the 21-41. So we're tied 1-1. These can be very high-scoring events. It goes fast. That ball moves around, and so the clock stops after each goal. The only time the clock will run is if there's a 10-goal difference. Then it runs constantly, similar to the running clock in football and basketball. And it's controlled by Ramsing of Greenwood. Ramsing is a junior for the Lady Gators. As they do play it here on the football field. At South Warren, they play it on the soccer field. And we got a stoppage of play for a moment. And the goalie for South Warren clears it out. Trying to come up with it for South Warren is Sume. And Greenwood gets it back. And pass. Ramsing. Moves to the far side of the field. 20 minutes to go here in the first half. 1-1 South Warren and Greenwood. This is girls lacrosse. Ramsing trying to score. And it's knocked out of there. Greenwood still has it. Langley Hunt, the sophomore, 35 there. Now coming up with it is South Warren. Going the other way. Racing down the field for South Warren. Looking to pass. Now they get it to the far side. That was Presley Helton passing it off. And we got a stoppage. Okay, Greenwood has it now. On the ground, picked up. We're at 18:25, clock rolling here in the first half. South Warren and Greenwood both scoring within the first 5 minutes here of the game. That's Ramsing down the far side for Greenwood. It's just tough for Mike to keep up with it with the camera as they move around so fast and move the ball. Got that sun sitting right in front of us here. Greenwood on the attack. That's Loon P, 17 for Greenwood. It's on the ground. Yeah, I got a, looks like a push. And looks like it may have a little contact there. Greenwood still with possession. Loon P with it for Greenwood. Behind the net. Ramsing tried to score, but it was defended nicely by the goalie. And South Warren clears it out. But right there is Greenwood to get it. That's Ramsing, Ellie Ramsing. Kayla Harmon's the goalie tonight for South Warren. Both teams had matches over the weekend in Owensboro playing Evansville schools. 15:53 here in the first half, 1-1, South Warren and Greenwood. South Warren lost to Castle, Indiana, 17-3, and Evansville reached 7-3 over the weekend. Greenwood lost 10-1 to Evansville Boss and 13-2 to Evansville Central. Some very physical matches over the weekend from what I hear. Out near midfield, and it'll be Greenwood with possession just inside midfield. It'll be Greenwood with possession now. Greenwood comes away with it. Loon P with it. Trying to attack the goal. P and scores. 2-1 Greenwood. 14-19 here in the first half. South Warren and Greenwood Girls Lacrosse as we welcome you in here on our Warren County Public School Sports Network, our first lacrosse broadcast. And they face off. South Warren has it. On the attack. Behind the net with it is Presley Helton. Now they pass it around. Audrey Cook scores. We're tied 2-2 at 13:51, so kind of like the first goals of the game. One scored, the other one came right back and scored, and then Greenwood scores, and here comes South Warren back, and then we're tied 2-2. 13:51 in the first half. 2 25-minute halves. And they'll have about a 10-minute halftime. We were scheduled to have South Warren and Greenwood last Wednesday night, but that one got rained out. The threat of severe storms and today's baseball rain out. They were able to move this over here, so fortunate to bring you girls lacrosse as you see them square off. And here it comes. And still loose. And Greenwood comes up with it. Loon P. Passes it down and loose. Still loose. Trying to scoop it up. It's South Warren. That's Divine Irakiza. But it's still Greenwood possession. Ramsing. Looking to pass. As they guard her closely. Loose on the ground. Greenwood comes back up with it. Loon P. Circles back behind the net. Comes out on this side near the press box. Pass is loose on the ground, scooped up. And defender for South Warren crossed the line. They're offside, so stays with Greenwood. Ramsing behind the net. Overshoots Loon P. Comes over near the sideline. We'll scoop it up. P just taking her time as the defense settles back for South Warren. Throws it across the way. Ramsing trying to attack. It looks like a penalty against South Warren. And going to be a free shot here for Greenwood. Ramsing to attempt the free shot here, and she scores. And Greenwood takes a 3-2 lead at 11:22 here in the first half. South Warren has 2 more games yet to go. They've got Bowling Green tomorrow, that's senior night, and then Owensboro, at Owensboro coming up on the 26th. Greenwood, meanwhile, has Owensboro this Saturday morning at 10:30 here at Greenwood. Ramsing on the attack for Greenwood. And we have another stoppage. 11:05 first half. 3-2 Greenwood leading tonight over South Warren. Another block by the goalie for South Warren, Kayla Harmon. Action behind the net. And Greenwood will put it in play. Ball on the far side. Ramsing out middle of the field to Loon P. Those are the 2 big scoring threats for Greenwood. Loose pass on the ground, picked up, and looks like South Warren's come away with it. South Warren racing down the field. There's a pass. On the attack, Audrey Cook. And we have another whistle. Clock rolling at 9:35 here in the first half. Greenwood leading 3-2 over South Warren in girls lacrosse. Cook on the attack, passes. Ellie Falk there. South Warren still with possession. Attacking, that's Ellie Falk. And she scores. So Ellie Falk ties it 3-3 at the 8:56 mark here in the first half. Greenwood and South Warren. Back and forth. 3-3. chilly evening here at Greenwood. You get a good look there. Mike Cleff's zooming in. You see the action right there at midfield. The official waits for everybody to get positioned. And here we go. That's Greenwood. That's Ramsing racing down the middle of the field. Ramsing circling back around the net. High pass in the middle of the field for P. Stopped by the goalie Harmon. Slings it down the middle of the field. Picking up, scooping it up. Finally, who wants it? Greenwood had it, lost it. South Warren touched it, and it's Greenwood. Possession right here around midfield. Natalie Garcia for Greenwood puts it in play. Garcia, middle of the field. Loses it. Picked up over there by South Warren's Caroline Calvert, a junior. Caroline pass. Gets it over to Audrey Cook. Cook attacking the net. Cook throws it and deflected by Archiga. South Warren comes up with it. And Livy Sanders, the junior, on the attack. Now gets it over. Cook passing. It'll be South Warren with possession. Sumay at 6:57. Attacking and scoring. South Warren, that is Sumay. 4-3, South Warren has taken the lead over Greenwood. We're at 6:34 to go here in the first half. As you see, it moves pretty quick. Cool evening here at Greenwood. We're at 48 degrees, feels like about 44 outside, sun setting. And Greenwood on the attack. Ramsing, the junior, goes back behind the net. Ramsing looking to pass. Stays out on the left. Goes to the far side. Ramsing looking to score or pass. And I believe may have been contact with the stick by South Warren on the Greenwood attacker. .540 to go here in the first half. 4-3, South Warren leading Greenwood. And Greenwood to attack. And there's Harmon blocking the attempted score. Harmon scoops it up for Greenwood. Slings it down to the far side. Chasing it out of bounds. And Greenwood will stay with it. And a Yates has it for Greenwood on the attack. The junior for Greenwood. Yates passing for Ramsing. Gets away from her. Scooped up by Loon P. P. And it's wide. And it stays with Greenwood as we have a penalty on South Warren. Here's the attack, Loon P. And Harmon deflects it, keeps it from scoring. Slings it downfield, but pass is now scooped up by South Warren. Presley Helton passes. Cook now with it for South Warren. Moves to the middle of the field. Now to the far side. We're at 3:50 here in the first half. 4-3 South Warren. Loses it. Flipped out of there by Greenwood. Picked back up by Cook. Out to Ellie Falk. Now Antonia San Cristo Chouinard. Now Loon P. P for Greenwood. Flips it and picked back up by South Warren. That's Ellie Falk, 33. Falk to the far side, looking to see an opening and loses it. So South Warren here. And on the attack. Throw, and it's deflected out of there by Archiga for Greenwood. 2:35, clock rolling first half. 4-3, South Warren leading Greenwood. All right, South Warren to attack on the far side. And there's a score for South Warren that comes off of Ellie Falk, the junior. It's now 5-3. South Warren leading Greenwood. That comes at the 2:12 mark. So the final couple of minutes, the clock pretty much runs here in the first half. Once we get to that point. All right, is it ready after the goal? And the control is by, it's going to be South Warren. Presley Helton loses it. That'll be a foul against Greenwood, so South Warren will keep possession. So we're at 1:45 here in the first half. 5-3 advantage. Greenwood comes away with it. Ella Yates passing downfield. That's Mackenzie Gameson. Gameson on the attack, goes behind the net. Minute 15 in the half. Gameson still has it. Circling around behind the net. Gameson now passes. Greenwood on the attack. Ramsing has it, throws, deflected out of there by Harmon, the goalie. Down to 40 seconds to go in the half. Ramsing again. And there's Harmon again coming away with a save for South Warren. They get it downfield. Sumay scoops it up for South Warren. We're down to 23 seconds in the half. Audrey Cook. And there's a foul. 16 seconds to go here in the half. Getting down to our 10-second mark to go in the half. Seven seconds to go in the half. Trying to score, South Warren, Audrey Cook.
Did she score?
Not sure if she scored before the clock or not. All right. It's halftime right now. It's South Warren 5, Greenwood 3. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
That familiar sound of rubber and wood floor. The feel of the ball passing between hands and air. The squeaking of the sneakers. And the moment of silent breath, thankfully followed by the whipping of net. And the reward after. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
Meeting personally with our clients and getting to know them. Going to court to fight for the justice our clients deserve. We're in the community across Kentucky to make a difference. We are making a difference in the lives of our clients. This is who we are. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
You get a good look at the sun setting here at Greenwood High School as we're at halftime of our first girls lacrosse match here, as it's South Warren and Greenwood, 5-3 South Warren. Scott Thompson, Mike Cleff. And Mike, you've seen a little more lacrosse than I have, but just following you on the camera there, you're keeping up with that lacrosse ball.
Oh, man, thanks. I love this sport. I mean, I get excited about every high school event that we live stream, but my adrenaline kicked into extra gear tonight, and I just the athleticism and the speed. It's just a flowing contest, and you know, you mentioned that South Warren won the first match between these two teams, but you know, several people that I crossed paths with said this will be a closer match, and that's what it's been. Obviously, the young lady on South Warren, Cook, is a tremendous player. Number 17 on Greenwood, quick player, good player. And then I love the old school number 28 with going tank top. I love that.
Yeah. Ellie Ramsing there, just like, who, you know, it's not 40 degrees out here. You know, she's out there just playing.
And I think that some people are like, well, what's the sport like? And I think, Scott, it's kind of a combination of hockey and soccer. is about the best way to put it. Now, there's some rules that are a little bit different and everything, but the part I loved were the rushes where, you know, a couple times a South Warren player went from their end all the way, and it's
you know, and they've got to be careful because they cannot
do.
use the stick, you know, and
Right.
try to hit the other stick or
Right.
hit the other person with that. They've got to be careful, you know, with that. And talking with both coaches before the game, they told me they compared it a little bit to basketball. You have offsides, you have blocking, you have charging. So there are some similarities to that, and then also the soccer part because you've got wide open fields up and down. So there's a lot of similarities in some other sports that you can compare to.
And the next time we have Mr. Clayton on, this is something that I think we should ask him, and he would love it. Is the sports that are still growing, that are blooming?
Yes.
I can tell you right there. I don't want to speak for Mr. Clayton, but this is a sport he's very passionate about, and I can see why. And it's been neat to see these programs start from scratch. They're growing, and I think part of it is that, you know, you educate the fans, and the thing that's great about that is that first half flew in a fun way. I mean, and you had 8 goals. It's a fun. You don't have to be a know-it-all about the match. It's just boom, 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 and
you know. And then one thing we want to watch is, you know, South Warren has a boys program that has been very successful over the years. To see if other schools, you know, the interest is there, but you know, it's still relatively young here in Warren County compared to other parts of the state.
Yeah, that's true. That's a part right there, and you know, again, it's just like anything you start out. I don't want to say growing pains. It's just you know, you have to get in there, and in just as far as progress, you have to live it. You know, you can sit there and talk about it, you can meet it, you know, but you just have to go through things, and this is something I commend Greenwood for willing to switch the venue here, and as you mentioned, South Warren is the home site. But again, I think that you know this. All these players are friends with each other. I mean,
the 2 coaches were here both setting up.
Yeah.
When I got here, they were both setting up, and they both were gracious with their time and just talking with me, and you know, explaining some things, some rules, you know, to me, and I'm still learning about this sport. This is new, you know, just like soccer. You know, I mean, you know, Pele was about the extent of my soccer for the longest time, but you know, doing those soccer matches, we've learned, and so looking forward to doing more of these, you know, in the coming years.
And another player I definitely the goalkeeper for South Warren, I thought, had some very impressive moments.
Kayla Harmon.
Yeah,
Kayla Harmon.
Yeah, and you know, that's the thing too. When you're making those saves, I mean, holy mackerel, there's some traffic in there. I mean, it's you don't get a lot of clear.
Very similar to hockey, like you said, because
Yep.
you know, there's a lot of action right in front. You never know. You've got to keep your eye on the ball. It's a little different coming off the stick in the net than a hockey stick, you know, but you know, you've got to be focused in there, you know, watching it all times.
I'll say this: I hope, again, I hope, and we've talked about this. I hope this is the first of many lacrosse matches we carry in live stream, not just girls but boys, because I mean, you know, we've gotten to know some of the student athletes and their families, and just like any sport, the commitment, the dedication, the passion. I mean, I hope people saw in the first half the Lady Gators and the Lady Spartans effort is phenomenal. I mean, that's the one thing, the condition they're in. I mean, it's top notch.
No doubt about that.
Oh, tremendous
all right, it's
condition.
halftime. 5-3 South Warren leading Greenwood. We'll have second half action coming your way as you're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky. and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Nothing brings more happiness than the love and joy of a baby. We're a law firm that is here to protect children. If they're injured, we want to make sure that they have a future. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
A very entertaining first half here at Greenwood. 5-3 South Warren leading Greenwood here on our first girls lacrosse match here to air on our Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. Glad you're joining us on all of our sites. Go.prepspin.com, the PrepSpin Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channels. The Warren County Schools.org website, and also WBKO.com/PrepSpin. Once the match is over, let it download a little bit, then you come back and watch this over and over as many times as you want. And of course, it's always free from Warren County Public Schools. We're ready to get the second half action underway. South Warren 5, Greenwood 3. 25 minutes of action left. South Warren is 2-0 in the district. Greenwood trying to even their mark at 2-2 as they come in 1-2 on the season. Here we go as they ready to square off. As you get a good look there at the scoreboard. And Mike zooming in as you see our Leachman Buick GMC Cadillac sponsor, David Jaggers and his crew. They're signed up there, very involved in all high school athletics. And here we go. We are underway with second half action. As they swap ends, Greenwood on the attack. Ramsing, as you see, she doesn't care that it's in the 40s. She's there with no undershirt on and no sweatpants. Gets it over on the far side to Loon P. Scooped up by P, and she got knocked down to the ground. Coming up tomorrow night, we have softball for you at 5:30. We'll be at South Warren. Warren Central will be at South Warren for softball action. Wednesday night, we'll make up tonight's South Warren, Warren East baseball game. They have not decided whether that's a 5:30 or 6 o'clock start. Kayla Harmon, so far with a big game at goalie for South Warren. Ramsing comes up with the pass for Greenwood and overshoots the goal, goes out. It'll be South Warren with possession. Thursday night, we have softball for you. Warren Central at Greenwood, and then Saturday we'll be at South Warren. Sky Conference track meet. We'll have that. Here's Ellie Falk on the attack for South Warren. Falk with a throw on the far side. Cook with it. Cook lost it, scoops it up. Trying to make a move. Middle of the field. Now the other side, the pass. Is that to Presley Helton. There's a throw towards the goal, and it goes out of bounds. 22:55 yet left to go here in this 5-3 girls lacrosse match. Greenwood with possession still. Throwing it downfield. They're racing to get it. Picking it up, and no, nobody's got possession there. Oh, Greenwood comes up with it. They're fighting over it, and it goes out. Mackenzie Gameson will have it there for Greenwood. Gameson will throw it, or maybe not. Going to go towards the net. We'll try to score. We'll move back to set up. And out the back of the field, there's a push. Defensively, push by South Warren's Ree Schrader, a junior. Ramsing. Or that's Anna Yates. Anna Yates with possession for Greenwood. Now gets it to Ramsing. Ramsing guarded heavily over there. Out front, the throw comes to Archiga. Natalia. Coming up with it, though, South Warren. Caroline Calvert, the junior, loses it. Ramsing comes up with it. Off the loose ball on the ground. Ramsing being guarded by Audrey Cook of South Warren. 21-10 to go. 5-3 here in the second half. Ramsing out front for Greenwood. Ramsing tries to go near the goal. Now passes. Scooped up by Anna Yates. And Greenwood still with possession on the penalty. That's Yates with the ball. Waiting on the officials as they get everybody in position, and here we go. We're near the 20-minute mark in this lacrosse match, girls lacrosse. Greenwood on the attack. That's Loon P. P near the goal as the defense forces her to go around the back. Loon P loses it. And P comes up with it. Attacking, and a save by Harmon. Harmon with yet another save for South Warren. And Greenwood with the attack. Another block by Harmon. Another save. Greenwood staying on the offensive possession. And Greenwood has it. Anna Yates. Ramsing. And there is another save by Harmon. Slings it downfield. Sumay with it for South Warren, racing down the middle of the field, cuts to the right side. 18:48 to go. And we've got a penalty on Greenwood. Sumay for South Warren will put it in play. 18:28 to go. 5-3, South Warren leading Greenwood. Game moved to Greenwood tonight, and there's another score. Sumay with another goal tonight. 6-3, South Warren. That goal comes at 18:21 here in the game. Crowd bundled up outside down below us here tonight. 18:21. 6-3. 6-3 South Warren leading as they'll face off in the middle of the field after the goal. Hope you're enjoying our first lacrosse match here on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. Glad we were able to bring you this and still make up our baseball game coming up on Wednesday night. Ramsing carrying the ball with her stick. On the move, trying to go inside, throws, blocked again by Harmon. And it will be Greenwood still with possession. Ramsing. Waiting on the official. Waits for everybody to get situated. Throws. There's Harmon again with another save. And once again, Loon P tried to score on goal, but Harmon with another save. Gave up a couple of goals early, and since then she shut Greenwood down defensively. It'll be South Warren has it. South Warren on the attack. That is Livy Sanders. Now gets it over to Audrey Cook. Cook, and she scores again, and South Warren is up 7-3. 17 minutes to go. And South Warren in control 7-3, but it can change quickly. Did you get a good look at our scoreboard? Glad to have you with us tonight. And we got a timeout taken. 7-3 South Warren. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
That familiar sound of rubber and wood floor. The feel of the ball passing between hands and air. The squeaking of the sneakers. And a moment of silent breath, thankfully followed by the whipping of net. And the reward after. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
All right, after the timeout, we've got 17 minutes remaining in this lacrosse match as Greenwood trailing South Warren 7-3. Chilly evening here at Greenwood, but some of the players, it didn't seem to bother them at all. They're ready at midfield. Second half action, 17 minutes remaining. Ramsing comes up with it for Greenwood after the face-off. Ramsing from the right side of the goal. Throws it behind. And it will be South Warren. There's it. And trying to come up with it. Greenwood, Moon P, and the goal not allowed. He'll start, and then rather it's South Warren. The goalie Harmon threw it down the sideline over there. That's Antonia San Cristo Chouinard. Out front on the attack. That is Ellie Falk. And Archiga comes up with it for Greenwood. Collision and scooping it up. Well, nobody's coming up with it finally. South Warren's Sume. It's going to be Greenwood. Greenwood with possession, 15:08 as you see on the clock. 7-3 South Warren leading Greenwood. Greenwood on the attack. Crossing midfield with it now. That's Loon P for Greenwood. Has the ball. Trying to attack. Harmon has been very good since the first couple of goals scored by Greenwood. And we got another penalty here. So Greenwood will attack here. Clock rolling at 14:21. Loon P attacking for Greenwood. In front of the goal, blocked by Harmon once again. And we got a collision in front of the goal. Yeah. And it will be South Warren as Harmon will get the throw. So Harmon ready to throw it in play for South Warren. Down near midfield. Rolling on the ground, scooped up, and Presley Helton. And it'll be Greenwood ball. They have it. As you see a bunch of them huddling around there, trying to come up with the ball on the ground. And it stays with South Warren. That's Presley Helton. Now Helton ready to put it in play for South Warren. 12:45 to go in the game. 7-3 South Warren leading. Still loose as they fight for it. Coming away with it is Audrey Cook for South Warren. Attacking. Cook behind the net, passes. Rolling around, scooping it up is Sue May. May sets things up for South Warren. Throws it in the middle. Pass gets away, scooped up. Behind the net, and South Warren stays in possession as Presley Helton came up with it. Helton passing. Overshoots the offensive attacker for South Warren. Is Caroline Calvert. Overshot her. And South Warren will put it in play. 11:30 to go. 7-3 South Warren on the attack again, and Archiga comes away with it for Greenwood. Looks to get it out. Throw downfield. And South Warren will scoop it up. That's Divine Irakiza. Throws it middle of the field. And scooped up by Sue May. And she loses it. Greenwood's Loon P finally gets it into the net on her stick. P looking to score. Defense right there for South Warren, forcing her out. Turns Harmon, another save at goalie for South Warren. 10:25 remaining, 7-3 South Warren. Greenwood won the first time earlier this year, 11-3, but so far it's been all South Warren tonight. Allie Yates had it on the pass. Ramsing will run it down. Ramsing. Now out front to Loon P. Pass over to Natalia Archiga. And it stays with Greenwood after the contact. All right, and now they'll put it in play. Clock rolling at 9:27 to go. Loon P for Greenwood. Front of the goal, stops, turns, throws. Harmon there, knocks it away again. She has got a bunch of saves tonight as the ball is scooped up by P, deflected again by Harmon. Harmon has been the difference maker tonight. Sue May for South Warren. And South Warren still with it on the far side. Put it in play after the penalty. On the attack, South Warren going. That is Ellie Falk. 8:30 to go in this district game between South Warren and Greenwood Lacrosse. 7-3 South Warren. As South Warren will put it in play. That's Ellie Falk. Falk passes it back. On the attack. Far side. South Warren still with it. They come up with it. Like a little push there from Greenwood. So South Warren will stay in possession at 7:45. Presley Helton has it for South Warren. They put it in play. On the attack, South Warren. And it's deflected by Archiga. And it stays with South Warren. This clock rolling at 7:10. Things can change quickly, but so far, South Warren, they were leading 5-3 at the half. It was kind of a battle back and forth. South Warren with a couple of goals there in the first half. Presley Helton for South Warren, ready to attack. Archiga in the goal for Greenwood. Helton's ready, attacking, and scores. Presley Helton, the sophomore for South Warren, makes it 8-3 South Warren. 6:25 to go here tonight. South Warren led 5-3 at the half, and they've scored 3 here in the second half, take an 8-3 lead at 6:25 to go in the game. They'll face off here at midfield. We're ready. You get a good look at both benches. And it is controlled by South Warren. Pass down the field. Sumay has it for South Warren. Middle and in front of the net. Greenwood comes up with it. And I believe the goalie stepped out of that goalie area because they can step 1 foot out to get the ball, but they can't do both feet. So I believe it is South Warren. Okay, South Warren will put it in play here at 5:40. Clock is in their favor. Audrey Cook circling behind the net. Loses the ball, scooped up. Flipped around. A shot on goal is no good by Ellie Falk. Scooped up by Archiga for Greenwood. Archiga passes it. They sling it downfield. Chasing it down for South Warren. It's going to be Divine Irakiza. Ree Schrader. Schrader passes. Caroline Calvert will run it down for South Warren. Racing down the sideline. 4:28 to go. 8-3 South Warren. Calvert on the pass. Gets it to Cook. Cook racing past everyone. And shots blocked by Archiga. Archiga will get it out to Ramsing. Throws it down quickly. And try to scoop it up, and South Warren comes up with it. That's Divine Irakiza. Faith Duff, the sophomore. Duff runs it down. Duff passes. Sumay. Sumay on the attack. Trying to race past people. Instead flips it back to Cook. Cook got bumped. It'll be South Warren ball as we're 3:18 to go and clock rolling. Audrey Cook put it in play for South Warren. Falls down, and the ball is going to be Greenwood. Greenwood comes up with it, and they'll pass it. Clock is rolling at 2:44 as they've got to hurry up. They're trailing by 5 goals. Scooped up by Riley Reese. Reese will pass. Arakiza gets it to Harmon. Harmon will sling it down the field. And it is picked up by Loon P. Greenwood needing to score quickly, and there is another block save by Harmon. .2:11 remaining. 8-3 South Warren. South Warren looking for its 4th win of the season. Another save by Harmon. Presley Helton, minute 40. Helton racing down the field. Picking it up is Cook. Minute 25. 8-3 South Warren. They can just stay on the offensive attack and don't have to score. They'll let the clock run out if they can. They may try to score. And there is a score. And that comes from Ellie Falk. Ellie Falk makes it 9-3. That's 4 goals here in the second half. Greenwood has been held scoreless. As you see, we have 1:12 remaining. That's going to be tough for Greenwood. Down by 6 goals. Try to score that quickly. Big difference from the first time these two teams met. Back on March the 5th. Greenwood won that one here 11-3. And it's South Warren's turn tonight. Here we go, midfield. And it's going to be controlled by South Warren. Ellie Falk. Falk dropped it. Ramsing comes up with it for Greenwood. We're under a minute remaining. Greenwood on the attack. Emma Farrell with a missed shot. 42 seconds remaining. 9-3 South Warren. As the clock continues to roll, Greenwood with it. Loon P scores with 21 seconds, makes it 9-4. That one just got past Harmon. She's been pretty much unstoppable since about the 18-minute mark of the first half. And it is now 9-4 with 21 seconds remaining. Both these teams have senior nights coming up. South Warren tomorrow night at South Warren hosting Owensboro. Owensboro will be at Greenwood Saturday morning at 10:30. Greenwood's senior recognition. It's just about. And it's in play, and the clock is started. Scooped up by South Warren and lost. Ellie Falk had it. Falk with it. Running out the clock here with 6 seconds to go. 3. And it is now final as South Warren has beaten Greenwood by a score of 9-4 here tonight. As you see, South Warren running to celebrate. Kayla Harmon with a big job tonight at goalie, saving a lot of shots on goal as they win it 9-4. We'll come back with a recap as you're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Meeting personally with our clients and getting to know them. Going to court to fight for the justice our clients deserve. We're in the community across Kentucky to make a difference. We are making a difference in the lives of our clients. This is who we are. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
As you see both teams across the way, they'll exchange congratulatories as South Warren comes up with a big victory, 9-4 over Greenwood tonight. Greenwood now 2-8. They are 1-3 in district. Meanwhile, South Warren improves to 4-5. They are 3-0 in district as Mike Clef comes in from the cold outside there, and let him get the headset on. And, boy, what a defensive performance by Kayla Harmon at goalie for South Warren tonight.
Tremendous. I mean, she really started to get some confidence and momentum in the last part of the first half. But, boy, in the second half, you're right, Scott, she was sensational. Absolutely sensational.
You know, it was 3-3. I mean, both teams scoring in the first basically seemed like 10 minutes. And then South Warren with a couple later scores took a 5-3. But second half, all South Warren, just a complete turnaround.
Yeah, and it seemed like whenever Kayla had a big save, it created a side-to-side rush for South Warren, and they capitalized. I don't know how their goal breakdown was, but it seemed pretty balanced.
I think there were several different South Warren Spartans to score. Yeah, I agree. I think so, too.
But the second half, no question about it, the South Warren goalkeeper, I mean, she made not just saves, but I mean some really impressive saves, and you could tell at the end of the match, all the South Warren players rushed to the other side of the field to give her a celebration hug, and rightfully so.
Yeah, because, literally she saved the day for South Warren, you might say. You know, a little
really
play on words there. But,
wow. This has been a blast tonight, Scott.
Yeah.
An absolute blast.
You know, it's something different than we've done before, but, yeah, it's one of those. Look forward. We'll try to get more scheduled with, everything scheduling allows, and
how'd you like it?
I'm learning.
Yep.
There's more still to learn. Of course, not knowing all the signs by the officials, learning what the penalties are. But for the most part, this is it's quick moving. 2 25-minute halves, and it did not seem like it was that long because of the action going back and forth, each way.
And Scott, here's the one thing I was putting myself in your shoes, play by play. How was it for you to try to follow the ball?
Well, I had to watch the camera.
Okay.
I had to watch you on my screen here to see, because from here it's tough picking up the ball if you're just by the naked eye. But with you zoomed in with the great camera work, I was able to follow it easily, and you were right on everything.
Oh, thanks, appreciate it. And sometimes, especially when you have 5 or 6 players, right around there, and they're scrapping and everything. Sometimes it's easy to lose track of it. But what a great sport, and it's been really nice to cross paths with some people that are very passionate and committed to getting these lacrosse programs going around here. It's glad to be a part of it. It's been a real thrill.
South Warren will host Bowling Green tomorrow at 6:30. That's senior night. Greenwood still has Owensboro Saturday. Their senior day is Saturday morning at 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then South Warren will will travel to Owensboro next Tuesday, and that will conclude their seasons before the playoffs. So, very interesting to follow and see how things go for these programs.
Scott, did I see on one of the schedules there's a couple of Evansville schools on
there?
Yeah,
both of them went to Owensboro over the weekend and both
Okay.
played Evansville schools. South Warren lost both of theirs to Castle and Evansville Reach, while Greenwood lost to Boston Evansville Central. And those are 4 programs up there in that Evansville area have been playing lacrosse for quite a while.
You're right, they have.
Those are long-established schools there. All right, tomorrow night we've got softball for you. We will be at South Warren as Warren Central will be at South Warren. Here's the interesting thing, Mike. The polling. Greenwood beat South Warren, and they beat Davis County. But then you've got South Warren beating Warren East, and then they beat the number 1 team, McCracken County, over the weekend. So, therefore, it's going to be interesting to see how these rankings come out this week. Where do you put Greenwood? Where do you put South Warren? I think you move Greenwood up in the rankings.
I'm real curious to see Greenwood softball because the weather has postponed our scheduled live streams, but hopefully by the end of this week we can say differently. We both feel the same way about Coach Proctor.
We saw him at Central early. We saw him at Warren Central early.
I take that back. Very early in the season. Yes.
So we look forward to getting over here Thursday night. We'll have Warren Central here Thursday night.
Yeah, we did. It was I think they won that game in 4 innings, if I remember right. Yeah, you're right. And then we were supposed to get a second one that got postponed from rain.
Yeah, the Warren East game, got rained out. So tomorrow night we'll be on the air with you at 5:20 from South Warren. If things work out, we may try to add a little baseball tomorrow night. We'll try to figure that out if it's doable because Warren Central Greenwood got rained out tonight. They're going to play a doubleheader at South Warren tomorrow starting at 5:30. So if we can work it out, we'll do South Warren and Warren Central softball. Come to Greenwood, do Greenwood Warren Central baseball. Wednesday night we'll make up the South Warren Warren East game. We'll let you know whether that's a 5:30 or 6 o'clock start. And then Thursday we have Warren Central at Greenwood softball. Saturday we got the Sky Track Meet out at South Warren. It looks like we'll have some good weather this weekend.
Oh yeah, and that's one of those where the outstanding athletic director at South Warren, Nick Lowe, he certainly, track and field, cross country. I mean, he loves all sports, but those two, he's very passionate about because that's what he competed in, and
he coached.
And
he coached in that. Yeah, sure did.
And I know I work with the Greenwood track and field coach Dave Barrett, who's terrific. Yeah. But Nick will run a very, very good and efficient Sky Conference meet. That's going to be a blast. We did a couple of those last year.
Yeah.
The weather was made it interesting, but hey, I commend those runners and throwers and jumpers for competing in adverse conditions. But like you said, the weather definitely is looking upward for Saturday.
All right, that is going to do us tonight. South Warren beats Greenwood here. At Greenwood, a home match, though, for South Warren. They win it 9-4. We'll see you tomorrow night. For Mike Cleff, Scott Thompson, so long. You've been watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.